Alright folks, it's time to review Nashville Skyline. I do not have a CD of this. I do have the, on Spotify. I have Spotify. And, I have this on my, the Bob Dylan albums that I have on my playlist or whatever. So this is Bob Dylan's 9th studio album, or studio release. It was released on April the 9th of 1969. It was recorded from February the 12th to the 21st of that year of 69. Yeah, I guess it was recorded pretty shortly. I mean, a lot of these songs are pretty short, gets right to the point, and there's lots going on in this album, definitely for sure, and definitely a lot of country tinge on this album. Produced by, of course, Bob Johnston. The front cover was taken by Elliot Landy, and the back cover was taken by Al Clayton. And I think this is an actual 1969. The copy I have right here, I think this is an actual 1969 release. And it's funny that it doesn't say Nashville Skyline on the front, but in the back it says Nashville Skyline. And this was I think that Johnny Cash did and stuff for Dylan. And there's the skyline of Nashville. So the whole album was recorded in Nashville. So was what was that other John Wesley Harding and Blonde on Blonde. All those albums were recorded. I think it was Studio A, I believe. Yeah, in Columbia, or either I think it was CBS Studios, I believe. So this went to number 3 and it went platinum, and it went number 1 in the UK, so it's pretty good. Yeah, a very different time here for Dylan. Now he's got that crooner country voice now. He's definitely so calm in most of all these songs for that voice that he has, due to kind of staying away from the drugs and stuff, and drinking and whatever. And I'm guessing that's why his voice his singing style and voice kind of changed a little bit. All right. So the formats that this album was released on was, of course, vinyl, reel-to-reel tape, and cassette. This was the first album for Dylan, actually, for it to not be released on mono. This was actually one of the first albums for him, for his albums to be released in stereo for the first time. I mean, of course, not that his other albums were released in stereo. Of course, just saying that this particular album was the first one to not be released in mono. So, because at this point, mono was kind of already dead at this point, So, and we got so many great studio musicians playing on this album. Norman Blake playing the dobro. We got the great Kenny Buttrey, of course, playing drums. Fred Carter Jr. guitar, and a very young Charlie Daniels, soon to be kind of a bigger, performing artist. Rest in peace for him. He died a year ago. I was looking up or whatever musicians that died like last year, and I saw Charlie Daniels. I'm like, wow, really? That's sad. But he plays bass and guitar. Then we got Pete Drigg, I guess. He played on the previous album. I think he played on one song on Wesley Harding, "I'll Be Your Baby Tonight." And he plays pedal steel. And then we got, of course, Charlie McCoy, who had played on the previous albums. He just does guitar. But then in particular, one song in particular, "Girl from the North Country," which is, of course, a song going back from Dylan's second album, The Freewheelin'. We got Marshall Grant on bass, W.S. Holland on drums, and Bob Wooton, I believe, on electric guitar. And they don't play on the rest of the album. It's just "Girl from North Country." And anything else? Alrighty, yeah, let's go and get started. opening track is Girl from the North Country. And I like the feel of this album. For some reason, I love that country thing that Dylan is doing here. Like, you know what I mean? I just feels like I'm with him, throughout this album. Alrighty, so Girl from North Country. This is, of course, the second track. It comes after Blowin' in the Wind off of the Freewheelin'. This is duetted with Johnny Cash. I do love this. It's very slow, and that new Dylan voice at this time is absolutely great. I really love his milky vocals, and it's very slow, you know what I mean? And, when Johnny Cash comes in, he's got that classic, that classic country, soft pop rock, if you will, voice that he has. Or excuse me, I wouldn't really say that, but rough country voice. And then right when it gets to the bridge, it kind of gets a little bit off the rails. You kind of see Dylan kind of singing a little bit off key, and then he's singing somewhere, But it's interesting. I love it. It's fun, I like how they, they do this together to kind of, recreate and kind of re-put an old song that, on here. Then we got Nashville Skyline Rag. This is basically just a instrumental. Dylan would definitely be, for sure, making that kind of a bigger deal on his next album, Self Portrait. This is basically just, just having a good old time, a good old country time there with everyone on board here. It's fantastic, it's fun, and I enjoy it very much. Then we get To Be Alone With You. This is kind of like kind of a rocky, kind of rockish, kind of a song. I really like Dylan's, really rough, vocal, and there's guitar too. That I think it's played by Charlie McCoy. He's excellent. He's excellent on this album. And Kenny Butcher with those syncopated, drumming that he's very well known for. Simple. And Charlie Daniels, I think he's definitely amazing on this album. And I really like where the song kind of goes and just kind of ends. You know what I mean? And it feels like all these songs, they just kind of just end. You know what I mean? They don't fade. They kind of just end. Then we get I Threw It All Away. I think this was the first single released on the album. Went to number 85. It sounds a little bit like the bigger hit that he had on this album coming up pretty soon. Lay Lady Lay. That went to number 7 in July. Right around this time, I guess, when it was released. But he performed this on the Johnny Cash show, and he performed this on the Isle of Wight show too, as well, including Lay 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 with the band. Yeah, it's basically just like Lay Lay Lay. It's got that same style, if you will. It's nice, it's pleasant, and I like the feel of the song. Then we get kind of a laid back, kind of just like you're on the front porch on some chair or whatever. Last song, our last track on side 1, Peggy Day. I like this. It's short, simple. I think it's like 2 minutes long, whatever. And just a fun song. Just a nice laid back song, Then we get to side 2 with the ultimate big hit, Lay Lay Lay. What can I say about this song? This is fantastic. This was kind of like one of the first Dylan songs I actually kind of liked before I discovered Rainy Day Woman and all those other songs. Lay, 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 lay across one big brass band. Wah, wah. And that pedal steel, oh my god, man. Pete Drake just nails it. Absolutely great. And the boom, 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 psh, whatever happened to you in your mind. Boom, 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 and that syncopated drumming, fantastic. Definitely, for sure, one of my favorites off this album. Definitely. And we get One More Night, and the stars are bright. I like this song. It's kind of like a moody song, but definitely gets right to the point, about a one night stand, I guess, and it's fun. I like that kind of atmosphere. It's late at night and you hear crickets chirping and stuff. And the next song, third track, is "Tell Me That It Isn't True." I like this one. It's kind of it's got that really in your face kind of approach. And I really like that ending too, where you feel like the song is gonna probably go on until just the last symbol just ends, and just like, oh, just great. I love it. Just got that. All right, we're gonna end it, and we're gonna end it. Like, it's got that. Then we get the next song, "Country Pie." This is a fun song again. I really like the theming here. Where he talks about blueberry, cherry, pumpkin pie. Oh boy, I love that country pie. Boy, I love that country pie. It's just, again, it's short, just like Peggy Day, but it's fun. It feels like you want to dance or whatever, or go to one of those hoedowns, and just have a good time, And then the last track is "Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You." Went to number 50. This did actually chart. Yeah, I like this. This is a good ending to the album. It's a little bit long, but I definitely like "Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You." Just like that beautiful, just that voice that he had at this time, 69, just is so great. I really like that approach. And the ending, I just love that pedal steel that kind of comes along, and it just ends beautifully. And that's it, folks. That's pretty short, but that's my review of Nashville Skyline. And I'll show you the record. I believe I showed you this before, maybe in the past, I'm not sure. But it's really in really, really great shape. It's kind of warped a little bit. I don't know if you can tell that line right there. Kind of warped, but it plays really, really good. I was just listening to it not that long, and definitely a lot of writing on here. Like, this is like somebody's name. I thought this was part of the album cover. I'm like, no, that's somebody had like a Sharpie or something. And I think this is like a pen, like somebody put their name there, and somebody put their name over here. And yeah, this thing's kind of really beat up, but the record is great. Like, I don't know how the record survived, but so I enjoy this album. It's fun. I really like the simple and really short songs. No harmonica. That wouldn't come until a little bit later in his. He would definitely bring that back for sure on. I'm guessing Pat Garrett, right? Pat Garrett, Billy the Kid, and the Planet Waves and stuff. He'll definitely bring that harmonica back. But this was this country phase that he had was very short lived. After that, he would release Self Portrait and what was the other one? New Morning, and he had the unauthorized albums. So I'll definitely be reviewing them at some point here. But anyways, that's it. I enjoy Nashville Skyline. It's probably one of my favorites. Not up there, but definitely one of my favorite ones to like listen to, because all the songs are pretty short, they end. And yeah, so my next album I'm reviewing is Self Portrait. The people kind of hate that album. But that's it, folks. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks.